Giving people another minute to join. Okay, cool. Yeah, welcome. I will go ahead and start kicking off some intentions and distractions, and also would love to hear what your main priority is for the week regarding comms contributions. I'll go ahead and start that. Yeah, my intention for the call is always, I guess, to go through the agenda. Added a couple things here. I was going through the board, which also we can just normally just skim through the board, I think, on these calls, but there were a couple of issues specifically I wanted to organize here just to check up on. So mainly DevCon topics, and also wanted to discuss quickly the upcoming time change that's happening. And otherwise, no distractions, feeling pretty focused. And yeah, my priority for the week is to to help kind of move forward the last closing pieces of the Project 101 course. I really want to help kind of facilitate finalizing that, and just through follow-ups, and also getting the last DevCon things out, because I think that's extremely time relevant right now. It was basically last week, and then I think if we get those things out this week, that would be ideal. So yeah, the course and DevCon materials push. Yeah, and then I'll go ahead and pass this to Almond, if you're there.
Hey everyone, I always get confused between Ahmad and me. So my intention for the call is just to talk super quick about the PFP collection that's going to happen and be launched in December this year, a year after the Give token was launched, because we really need to start planning the communication around this collection. So no distractions, and top comes priority this week to finish the video that I'm making around the 101 course policies, and that's it. And I'll pass it to Claire.
Hi everyone, thanks Almond. My intentions for this call is just to see where I can pick out some useful content for social media platforms, and also to assist wherever I can. And I don't have any distractions.
Do you mind
and I'm passing to Sim.
Do you mind mentioning your top priority for the week?
Top priority for the week. Not so much comms related, I suppose, but partly is I'm working on a project survey. I feel like we're not always really sure about how the projects are doing, how they're feeling. So I just want to collect some basic information and collect information on their experience on the platform. And I'm passing to Sim.
Thanks, Claire. Hey, everyone. My priorities are checking that everything's done from my side with the DevCon sound bites and what else anyone else needs help with to push that forward. Some points from last week that I didn't get to, connecting with Ahmad on the amplitude analytics. I did see that there were some analytics that have been done, which is great, but maybe we can get through the rest of the document this week. Then on the social planning platform, what we should do on the way forward there, if we've got a couple of them that need to be weighed up, what the next steps are. and the content planning process was just something that I wanted to catch up on, but I can do it async. And no distractions, and my intentions are all of the above. Don't know if there's anything else, otherwise I'll pass to Nicola.
Thank you, dear Sam. Okay, guys, happy to be here with you. My intentions for the call is to just stay synced, catch up on anything that needs my attention. The only distraction for me is that I'm kind of operating now on 2 devices because my mic on the headphones and computer just somehow seems to break on and on, over and over again. That's the only distraction. And my focus for this week regarding comms is make sure that I provide support on a project owner one-on-one, specifically, walking through the setting up a project and helping Ahmad to create some more content around policies, and also support Franco in updating the documentation, specifically the verification part. That's my intention comms wise. And who do I pass it to? Let's pass it to Mitch. Hi, Mitch. Oh, Mitch is deafened. Suga.
Mitch is
Thanks,
here.
Nicola. Hi, everybody. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm just here to listen in. Comms related, working on the final version of the Give Power documentation. Other than that, just listening in. Happy to see that Franco's and Nicola are working on the updating our documentation guides as well. And why don't you take it away, Shuga?
Thanks, Mitch. Hey, everybody. So intentions are to sync, as always. Distractions are, it's a long day. I am, what was the word? My project for the week is to take care of this Giveth docs on what is Giveth and the roadmap, flesh out the roadmap. And also, please add, Corey, I would really want to be tagged for anything that needs like quick eyes, quick edits, just any, I want to be available for anybody to run anything by me anytime. I'm realizing I should add that to my, that document you made so that you can always grab me for something quick that you need a review. And I'll pass to Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Suga. My intentions are, of course, to catch up with everyone here. This week, I'm working on the newsletter, so I want to send that out by Monday. And that's probably the main focus also for this week. I also wanted to update everyone on the Project Owners 101 course, and I also managed to set up the donor flow reporting for Google Analytics. So that's live now. So if anyone wants to see that, I can maybe show that a bit later. So, I mean, we can basically track like what is the conversion rate for each of the steps of the funnel. So like if someone lands on a project, like how many of them go to the next stage of actually finishing with their donation. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. I'm a bit distracted because I'm not feeling 100%. I have a bit of a flu, but it's all good. And let me pass it to Katya.
Hey guys, sorry. I was trying to find the mute button. Yeah, so I'm feeling good. My intention is to catch up. My priority this week will be the grants. I think that's really important and a high priority for Giveth. And also getting my role proposal out on the forum. I'm just tweaking it now, just learning learning how to do that. And also just a small ask, if you guys could refer to me as Mango, that would be really appreciated. just you can even I know there's another Mango. I tried to get that username and he was on a community call. I was so funny. I was like Tropical Mango and Mango on the call. But yeah, Mango for sure. If Tropical Mango is too long for you guys, but yeah, I'd appreciate that. And anything else that the other priority would be like or is it just one priority? I'll leave it at that. I have a bunch of other things, but I'll leave it at that. And I will pass it to, let me see. You went. How about, I don't see, oh, darn. I think everybody is like, how about, oh, is Lauren going?
Yeah, I think
Lauren hasn't gone.
right,
Okay.
Lauren. And by the way, it's not limitation on priorities. It's just like literally, what are you prioritizing this week? That you're like, definitely, I have to get this done.
Okay, I would say that I need to hop on. Well, I'm just joined the grants team, but I'll be diving into that, and then also the Giveth project update stuff, and also the Regen Economy blog post. I think are very high on that list.
Okay.
And yeah,
cool.
I will pass it to Lauren.
Thanks, Mango. Yeah, my intention for the call is just to provide feedback on anything that comes up, and my priorities for the week are mostly focused on Give Power, and just like I'm really focused on just like getting Give Power out the door, and so providing feedback, Mitch, and documentation, but like from a comms perspective, then the other things I'm prioritizing is just like trying to provide feedback or reviews on everything that people are asking me to review. And the tweet thread about Griff's talk, I'd love to get that out as well this week. Yeah, let's see. I guess maybe I'm actually last. No, Jake. Did Jake go?
I didn't. Thanks, Lauren. Intentions just to listen up wherever I can, input wherever I can. Distractions, trying to do a couple other emails, Twitters, stuff like that. Top comms, grant fundraising, as well as donor outreach. Those are hot items for me this week, and I do think that I am. Let's see.
I think that's it.
Franco?
I can take it. Yeah, I was missing. Thank you, Jake. Yeah, my intentions is just catching up. I'm streaming the call on YouTube, and distractions the same. Just streaming. It's my first time kind of doing this, so yeah. And then priorities is just keep on working on the updating of the documentation. I just did my first pull request on some of the issues that I updated. So that needs to be reviewed. I tagged Mitch and Suga to review it. Maybe I can tag you, Lauren, or I don't know. Like, it's my first time doing this, so I kind of like, that's it. And back to you, Corey.
Thanks. Awesome. Who are the best people for Franco to tag regarding documentation updates? I think maybe it would be the three of you, Sim, Mitch, Lauren. Is there anyone else, or is that kind of a good group to keep in mind, like for Franco?
I think that's probably good. It depends what documentation he's updating. So if you're updating documentation about verification, definitely tag like Ashley or Nicola to check on like the processes. So I think it just depends on like which particular part it is. But like for general, like, am I going to break something? Mitch is probably the best person. And you can also tag me and I'll look at it because like, Mitch is busy as well. But yeah, so that's what I think.
Sounds about right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. Then let me see if there's anything from here. I'll leave like update. I had actually taken this off the agenda because I figured at this point we're just finalizing last issues, but if like a quick update is cool. And yeah. Okay, sweet. So hi everyone. I think the first thing I wanted to just bring up before we even go into topics on the agenda is it was brought up already on yesterday's governance call that there's this upcoming time change. And I just wanted to bring it to everyone's attention in case you haven't heard that yet, but the time is changing in, I guess, the US, which is, and then I was trying to clarify again, like when exactly the European time change happens. But my calendar is already showing like shifted meetings. And regarding like this comms call, I just wanted to double check, whether we're all aware of the time shifting and if there's anything, if this caller is going to move or not. Does anyone know actually right now if this call would stay like the same? If there's anything we need to know like starting next week?
From last year, I remember on my side, it was 1 hour later. So it usually starts at 5 p.m. in summer and it'll start at 6 p.m. So I assume similarly for the other European countries, 1 hour later.
Maybe to make it easier, if we put it in Google Calendar, then it would automatically change based on where everyone lives. That might be an easy solution.
Yeah.
I think the Discord does the same.
For me, the calls go 1 hour earlier in Google Calendar.
Starting next week?
Mm-hmm.
Starting on the 3rd, next week, 30th. Yeah.
And does it stay like that? I mean, the time change in Europe is just like 2 weeks later, right? So then it should like correct back.
Yeah, then it changes back when the clocks change again in spring.
When the clocks change in a couple weeks in the fall, right?
Ahmad raised a good point. Go ahead, Claire.
I was just going to say, in my Google Calendar, it remains at the earlier time until the clocks change again in spring.
Yeah, the setting on the comms check-in is Costa Rica time, and Costa Rica doesn't have time zones like time changing, so it moves. If you're getting time change, the call will be a different time for you, and if you're not doing time change, then it stays in the same moment.
Okay. So like this is like, I'm like not, I don't know. I need to like spend a little bit more time looking into this, but I like threw it on the agenda last second because I was like, right, we need to talk about this. So I don't know, for now it's kind of like everyone just be aware that there's time changes coming. The one for Europe says for sure it's this Sunday, the 30th of October. So there will be shifts. If there's a major conflict for anyone, I think maybe first thing is just writing it in the agenda or something, or maybe we need to be aware as a team, because there is going to be this shift. And I'm not sure right now if it's like permanent or actually both should shift. I think Europe should shift and the US should shift, just with a slight difference in like what day that is, or maybe this year it's on the same day. I forget. There was like a little debate about that yesterday. So then after that, I guess it should be fine. So maybe just flag it, like check it please, and like flag it if it's an issue for you. So FYI. Then so I will move on from that, but please, just post something if you notice something is off. And then like some priorities for this week are definitely like, remaining DEF CON materials. I kind of threw a couple issues in here just for reference in this meeting. Those are like the ones I could find that were open or still need to, just for us to be aware of to move forward. And also we'll talk about the newsletter in a little bit. And otherwise I flagged 1 or 2 issues that I just wanted to highlight that also need some attention so we can move forward. But regarding DevCon, we made pretty good progress last week, I think, like moving forward with sound bites and everything. I wanted to ask though about this like outstanding issue. Is anyone aware of a recording or has any information to share regarding the talk that was given at the Taoist? I'm just wondering if we can start creating content around this or if we have anything to work with. Okay, I'm gonna assume that means nobody here has anything. I haven't seen anything online, so maybe I'll highlight it in Discord somewhere to ask like others outside of this group. But I think for now we can't really like move forward on that. Okay. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a little while until the Daoist releases those. The other issue was, right, like soundbite clips from DEF CON. Just wanted to check on this. I saw all of this already, which is great. Is there any, I just wanted to make sure everything's like okay, unless there's any support needed or like reviews coming up to be aware of, so we can get these like knocked out quickly, because I saw there was like a lot more that was posted here. Maybe like Ahmad or Sim, if you want to comment on that.
There were quite a few, but there were ones that I'd put a little star next to, or the ones that I thought were good ones to start with, priority ones. But yeah, I'm happy to. That's it from my side, from that actual task. But if it's a mod that needs help with doing the next step, then I'm also open to that, so that we can get it out, because I know that it's time sensitive.
Ahmad, how do you feel about, how do you need like any support here, or I think
Well,
like I
yeah, like for this talk, we already have 4 sound bites, and I think Lauren only needed 1 to post for that talk. So I don't think we need any more, unless Lauren thinks that we do.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, I think we don't need to make any more, and unless somebody else does, because it's like, what are these sound bites being used for? Are they only being used for Twitter? In which case, like, we're not going to tweet the same talk many times, and there's already like 4 sound bites, and some are more like general about givebacks, which we could use for like a different tweet, which would be cool. But I don't think that we need to spend more time to make more sound bites, like at least until those ones are used, unless somebody else like Claire, who's doing like Facebook or LinkedIn, has like no, but I really want it for this purpose.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in the future, if we need to like mention something about givebacks or give power or something like that, we can always come back to this thread. But yeah, I think for now, we can maybe close it.
Do we not want to create these sound bites though, to have now like on file for using across different platforms? I mean, it seems like we're like just not finishing the issue.
I just think 4 sound bites for 1 talk is already like more than we need, and maybe it's not worth Ahmad putting more time into doing the videos.
Yeah, and like a couple of those that Sim mentioned, we already did, like the give power one. We already did that one, and then I think the one with economic games, that one's also done as well. So I think, yeah, like a few of those are already done, I think.
Okay.
And if that one's closed, then maybe we just take those sound bites and the separate file and put them in a central place that they can be referred to, because I do think that it's nice content even a couple of months from now, not necessarily on Twitter, because those are more advanced users, but to break down some of the basics, it's nice to then refer back to that full talk, but have a little snippet, or use the text from it, but on the other social channels. So I think that it's a good idea to take that plus the timestamps plus the video and put it somewhere central, and then Claire can see if it can be used on the other channels. But otherwise, this task is closed, basically.
Okay. I could also see this being used in, like, we were talking about creating reoccurring content about give economy, right? Like give economy topics. And I think, like I said, yeah, like you're saying, you know, I wouldn't, like, if we close this issue now, I feel like it's just gonna go into like the ether of like GitHub. But like, if, you know, maybe someone has an idea of where we could copy paste like these suggestions that could be used later to produce clips around the give economy for like evergreen content. Does that make sense? Do we have a place where we can put that? Or maybe the other option is like creating an issue under recurring content, or putting this, if there's somewhere in Notion that you think is good to have this. Does anyone have an idea? Because I hate to like lose this if you've already picked these out. lose information?
You could put them on the soundbite Google Sheet and just say like these are ones that we may want to do in the future. Since that's like the central like part that we take these files from, so maybe
Okay.
that's an easy thing to do.
All right, I'll do that for now. And then also, yeah, Claire, I don't know, like, yeah, it's just something to think about. I think like if maybe we're also linking these like soundbite documents somewhere centrally. Oh my gosh, yeah, like this. Then we can reference back to them. All right. Well, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna like put too much time on this, but I just wanted to check on that so like we know that they're closed off, because it kind of right now the issues just sort of looks like based on the comments that there's something that needs to be done. So if that's not the case, I'm gonna put this in done. And I'll close it a little bit later. All right. Sweet. Then okay. That one's clear, that one's clear. And then this last one also found on DEF CON. I think, Lauren, you already mentioned in your check-in that this is something you want to work on this week. So if you're all good with that, then I just had it here for reference as like the other piece I could find on the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that this week.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, cool. So then that was it. I couldn't find any other issues regarding DEF CON. I think like we got most of the stuff out. Unless anyone else knows of something to check in on here, I would move on to the newsletter. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so Ahmad, if you want to speak to the newsletter, I saw that you'd opened up an issue. Obviously, we're at the end of October now, so definitely a relevant time to talk about any content needs here. Okay, cool, and you have an update here.
Yeah, so these are the main updates that I think we had in October. So if anyone has any others that I missed, feel free to add them. So yeah, like I mentioned, Give Power, new platform updates for categories, the Project 101 course, hopefully it'll be done by then, Refi Spring partnership, new Shape Fox, Gift Farm, and DevCon talks. So those are, I think, the main ones.
Is there anything we want to tease regarding Give? Oh, sorry, it's right there. Yeah. I was also thinking teasing the regen farm for the standard, but maybe I think it's already I think it's probably better to just keep the highlight on like the new shapeshift one, right? And then for next month you can do the standard one.
There's also the categories filters DAP update that we pushed. That was like the new.
That's the second one I wrote. New
Oh,
platform.
sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you got it all, Ahmad. I can't think of anything else.
I do need a featured project. So if anyone has a favorite project that they want to have featured, let me know.
Ahmad, and also add this thing about projects need to update at least every 3 months.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because we're just like trying to put more efforts around this update. Because if not, we're going to lose like 95 projects or something like that. So just to keep in mind that they need to update at least once every 3 months.
Okay, yeah, I can add that.
Thank you.
And that's to maintain their verified status, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm happy to help with this one. I wanted to go into the issue and double check and help that. Make sure that we communicate it. It would be helpful for sure.
I'm writing a Giveth project update. Would that be important to include in the newsletter?
So what kind of an update, sorry?
Like, you know how the projects have to provide an update, like what Almond just said, but with Giveth too, we have to do that too. So I'm writing an update for that. Would that be important too, or would we not include that in the newsletter? Like to let people know what we've been doing with funds, blah, 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 or no?
Yeah, if it's relevant. I mean, I think some of the stuff we'd be covering it already, like, we launched Give Power and things like that. But yeah, if it's something that I didn't cover, then yeah, I can mention it as well.
Okay, I'll send you the link and then you can decide if you think it's good to put in there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do we need to include about like the latest give backs round, anything like this?
I mean,
don't
we
think
could, but
so.
that's pretty much like standard stuff, It's not really anything new, really.
Okay. Do you want to include and then is there anything regarding like, do you ever do reminders, I don't know, around the Angel Vault? Trying to think of like if there's like a relevant way to reference it, I was kind of thinking like in regards to, there was one givebacks round where we issued like the most nice that we've ever issued. I have to look back on like that tweet, but it's kind of also like a reminder, like, hey, nice tokens, but yeah, just some ideas to kind of like put those topics back in front of people. Any other ideas regarding the newsletter? I mean, I've written this one down. Okay. Well, if you have any more to add, the issue is linked in the agenda, so feel free to add in ideas here. Oh, and do you reference things like Twitter Spaces or like the Giveth Essential things was more, I guess, internal, right? So is there anything that you want to reference in terms of like those kind of talks?
Yeah, like the refi spring also mentioned the Twitter space that we did as well. So yeah, that'll also be included.
Yeah, and also if this is going to be sent at the end of October, maybe we can invite people to join the Twitter space happening on November 2 regarding the region farms. I think that would be super cool.
Actually, that probably makes most sense, even if you're not talking about the last one we did, but I think you could do both. That's actually, yeah, that's smart.
Doesn't make any sense to also include an invitation for Meet the Makers on November 23rd, or it's more of like a retrospective email, right? It's like updating what happened in the month behind, or can we also announce things coming?
I think maybe as we discussed, the Meet the Makers on the 23 is not really final date yet, right? I think that it could be the 23rd or the 7th December. So maybe until we really figure out the final date, we should just, well, I don't know. What do you think, Nicola?
Yeah, maybe we could just I don't know. So if we are giving a report of what has happened in the past, then maybe it doesn't make so much sense, and we can anyway push the comms then just like as we did the last time. But if we also announce upcoming things, then we can just say, and we have another session of Meet the Makers coming in, and we're gonna keep you posted. Just stay tuned to our social media or something like that. I'd say it's optional, might be cool, but it's not that important. So I don't want to spend too much time. But it was just an idea.
I like that idea of keeping it open-ended and saying to stay tuned to the social networks so that people, at least if they're on our newsletter base, they can go onto our other channels. But I think that it does make sense, even if there's no date that's been finalized just yet.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It could be grouped under like upcoming events section regularly on the newsletter, and then we can put in virtual events and in-person events, right? In case there's like a DevCon or something happening, you can always just list like where to meet up with Giveth, right? Like at events.
That sounds great. Thank you. I'm gonna comment in the issue, Amat.
Okay, cool. So I added those in here. Thanks. If there's anything else, yeah, just throw it in the issue there directly. This is like very, very quick. I just wanted to highlight that like an extra reviewer here is needed, and I'm actually not entirely sure who to tag. And it's just like an issue that has been like kind of done for a while or ready for review. And Claire created a document explaining the difference between volatile and stable coins, which I guess is for projects, right? So like good info for them. And Ashley took a review at it, but took a look at it. But if there's someone else that would be up to reviewing this, I wasn't really sure who to suggest. And it doesn't have to be like today. Just to throw somebody else into this as something to do in the next couple of weeks would be great.
I can do it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead. Is that Mango?
Yeah, it's Mango. I was gonna volunteer myself, but that's fine.
I'll take it on if there's nothing else that's more pressing. I know the PFP collection was also mentioned, so maybe that will take priority, but otherwise I'm happy to pick this up.
Okay, I think in general, this is a pretty, Sim, actually, this might be a really good one for you to grab because it's not too time intensive.
Perfect. Yeah, you can put me on. I've made a note.
Okay, cool. What did I lose that one now? Yeah, probably. Okay, so I'll just tag you on that. Okay, sweet. And then yeah, also don't want to spend more than 30 seconds on this, but just very quick. Actually, is Ashley here? Ashley is not here. Okay, then maybe this is less relevant. I was wondering if anyone knows what's going on with this, like add AMA invitation to emails, because it's one that's been like 4 or 5 months now at this point, and it's just doesn't always work pinging through Discord. And I think yeah, Kotabe's out and Ashley's not here right now, so I'm just gonna leave this.
Can I?
Yes,
I think
please.
we from my recollection, because I was around this issue too, was that we just wanted to add the invitation in the AMA for the AMA into our newsletter. Isn't that the case? And it did feel like we did some adjustment, and actually maybe we can do this together with Ahmad, since he's going to send. And
is this just something someone can verify that it's like been done?
My understanding was to add it to the automated emails that go out when projects sign up, just to say they have signed up, and then to direct them to the AMA for like their initial questions and to welcome them into the community.
You're right. So that would mean we just need to check in the autopilot. I can help with this. I can, if you can remind me, what's the number of the issue?
It's number 727.
I can look at that and review, try to see if we can follow up or close it or move forward.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm pretty sure we can close it. It's just like, I hate to close issue. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to close issues without someone updating it, right? Because I wouldn't know. But yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, thanks. We don't really have to spend more time on that. I think it's self-explanatory. And yeah, then I think Ahmad, if you want to give a quick, like a brief update on the project owners one-on-one course. I think we're like really close to done. Is there anything that we need to know in the group?
Yeah, so mainly we just have like a video and a half left. So the half video is the one that Ahmed is doing for the policies, which is basically done. Like I think like she just has to do a small, like a small section for that. And then there's one that I was stuck on, but Nicola is going to schedule a call tomorrow so we can go through it. It's basically how to offboard funds that projects receive. So once we record those 2 videos, then it's basically finished.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the meantime, though, yeah, just one thing is on the Notion for this meeting, I posted a link to the playlist. So if anyone wants to go through it and just see what you think of the order of the videos, there's still one video missing, which is the offboarding video. But yeah, like if you scroll up, I think it's in the there. Yeah, it's
this one, right? The YouTube link?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
we have so far. So
oh, that's amazing. Okay, yeah, that would be great for everyone, or anyone who can really, if you feel like doing a quick just doing a quick walkthrough or watch through, and maybe note anything that feels really off or weird, or if you catch anything. Awesome.
For this Projects 101 course, if we're getting to the point where we're like, hey, we're basically ready to launch this, we should write another little blog post like we did the last time with the donors course. Suga had written it in. It was just kind of like a little like intro. It linked all the videos. It's like a pretty like easy kind of one pager. So we should make an issue about that, and then also make an issue for like announcing via Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, let's do this. I'm also adding the playlist link here to the top of the epic. And okay, yeah, so we say basically like a blog post to announce project. Okay, and can link that also to the epic. Yeah, and that's something that you said we can reference. Suga, would you have any capacity to? I don't know how much time it took you to do the other one that Lauren's just referring to. Suga, are you there? Maybe. Because like that's something we should start working on. Maybe I'll also ask Suga if she can at least like submit a copy of that issue here.
And yeah, maybe you could just tag her on the issue because it doesn't seem she can respond.
Did you? Was that me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, hold on. It was for the donor one-on-one course.
Yeah, I heard all that, and then there was just like one sentence right at the end, and Lauren said, "Tag her."
Yeah,
and I knew it was me.
I was gonna see if you have capacity. I don't know. I'd have to see what blog post you wrote before, and maybe it's like very cut and dry and like very quick to execute on. But if you already have like a format in your head of like how to do it fast.
Sure. Okay.
If you'd want to take this on to prep for the launch of the Project Owner 101 course, that would be cool.
Okay, great.
Awesome. So I don't know. I would assume like we should try to get that by. I'm assuming we still need this week to like do all the final reviews, catch any issues, in the video course. So maybe trying to announce it sometime like by the end of next week. Is that a realistic timeline to have a blog post? And obviously like a tweet is very doable.
Sure. Is that a question for me? Yes.
Yeah, actually, I guess it would be, since we just talked about this issue. Yeah, but also in general for everyone. Just an FYI.
Yeah.
I think if we
Yeah,
like,
that's what I thought.
yeah, we get the course like final, like produced and like reviewed by the end of this week, then I think we can like make a plan to launch it next week with this. So would be great to have a draft of this by the end of this week, to be reviewed and finalized by early next week. Let's say November, I don't know, November 1st. I don't even know what that date is. I think it's Tuesday. So, okay, cool. And then we'll do a quick tweet thread. I can take that on. Okay. Cool. This is awesome. I'm so glad we're gonna get this like done. I think it's gonna add a lot of value for projects. And then I'll put this in backlog. Okay, cool. All right. Then finally, the PFP collection. Do you want to provide some updates around that?
Yes, this is sorry. This is something that is really exciting for Giveth. So Santi has been working on a PFP collection for Giveth to raise some money for the DAO. I know that maybe you're working on these partnerships group to get more funds and to keep Giveth work happening. So this wants to support this. And so for this PFP collection, Santi has been mostly working on the designs. I believe these designs are already finished. So we're now in the part of planning the launch, the narrative, the story behind this PFP collection that's going to be launched, to provide what communication materials we need, and also, and I believe most important, the utility. So Give Power launch, as Lauren was mentioning, is kind of like the priority right now to promote, for people to know that Give Power is out. So this PFP collection, one of the utilities that we want to for these to have is that the holders are going to get some Give Power. We are now doing some research and asking the dev team if this is possible, if actually holders are going to be able to get some Give Power. Another utility to have a Discord role for holders. We also need some brainstorming around what would be cool for them to have in this Discord channel, like special Discord channel. So with this in mind, I would just would love to share with you forum post reply that Santi just posted today, early today, in which basically is explaining all the utilities, and the next steps for us to do is, I put it right on the chat for you to please engage, drop some feedback, and specifically Corey, I don't know if maybe we can align some other day offline to start maybe working on the details around like the communication efforts that we around this PFP collection launch, because the collection will be dropped on December, but we want to have an allow list before that maybe will need to happen in November, which is like right around the corner.
Yeah, so like off the top of my head, and I'd love to hear what other people think, but like obviously we'll be writing tweets about this, right? So I think that's a no-brainer. Doing like maybe like a thread about like the PFP collection itself and the utility and like all of that. But also in advance could do teasers about getting on the allow list, obviously. But outside of like Twitter communications, there's I would think like a blog post is warranted. I don't know what you guys think, but like at the one time, of course, because then it's going to stay there about the PFP collection where like everything could be outlined. So I'd say like that's important to prepare. A timeline sounds like if you're saying the allow list is like till end of November, then yeah, you said December, right? For the
Yeah.
PFP drop.
Exactly. The drop will be December, and the allow list needs to be out a couple of weeks before the launch. So maybe 2 weeks before launching would be good.
Is it early December?
Early December, yes. Hopefully, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely a blog post, which we'd want to have like prepared, reviewed, and like ready to go by the end of November, let's say. You know, something like that.
Maybe mid-November would be better. If we want to have the allow list at maybe 2 weeks before the launch, maybe it would be better if we have the blog post ready like mid-November, talking about the allow list and like 1 year after Give token launch, Give power and all of that things.
Okay. I guess that makes sense actually. Is there any, there's not going to be like still changing information to expect about the PFP collection? Like it's just going, that's set now. So technically a blog post could be written today and be ready to, like there's nothing to update around that except the date.
No, I think so. Santi, or maybe this forum post was already up. Yeah, Santi just posted a forum post like seemingly 1 hour ago with like the explanation that they decided for the PFP collection is like looking for feedback on it. Like one thing is that like, oh, if you have a PFP, you get a multiplier on your Give power, but we don't know exactly how we would implement that or what the multiplier would be, and this requires like some advice process from like Amin and devs who've been working on Give power. So there are still some undecided things at this point.
Right, that's true. Obviously, you just said Elman, like the utilities still need to be discussed, and that would be part of the post. So, okay, that's fine. I will put some issues out about this and just put the approximate timelines. Probably just put it into an epic, like PFP collection launch epic, and we'll make sure we have like tweets prepared for it and a blog post. Is there anything else? Do you guys think there's video content needed or something else to announce the launch? Also to show it, because this is a visual thing that we want to promote, right? So
yeah,
like,
I
like a video that like flashes the different PFPs, like shows like a.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I think that's going to be important. Unless there's some that are mystery ones, but even if there are, those can be put up as mystery ones in between. But if the whole collection is on display, I think with a video with punchy music, wouldn't need too much more editing. It wouldn't have to be very complex. Just something that shows the collection will be a nice showcase.
I've seen some PFP drops that are pretty cool. Well, they'll do teasers of the art, and then they'll do like giveaways and stuff to, can you guess, certain things about it. So that's really cool to have those little tidbits. The other part besides the like teasers and stuff is the showing the artwork, the process of the art. So showing it from an artist's point of view, whether it's, static images or video, but that adds that perceived value to the collection. And then another thing is like a promo video once the launch is dropped, and showing off the different types because then by then they'll be like on OpenSea or whatever, but showing what's in the collection. And the other thing we were talking about the call last time was kind of like a gallery. So in the PFP channel, I dropped some examples of past launches that have done it pretty well, where it's like a gallery and you can virtually navigate around the gallery. That's pretty cool too. So those are usually the good and having things ready, like in our stack of things, like one would be, you know, the announcements, one would be, you know, about the collection, the teasers, the giveaways, the allow list is ready, the mint is live, the collection sold out, like having all those different types of content ready so that we're just like they're already pre-scheduled and we're just basically publishing. And just like the FOMO stuff, like where we only have 10 left, 50 left, whatever, you know, there's only going to be about, what did we say, Alman, like 100 or something, or 200, like a small.
The cost or the amount of
It was a couple hundred, wasn't it?
yeah, 1,000 NFTs.
Okay, I made a mistake. 1,000. It was a small amount. But yeah, we can start counting down. Like we've, you know, 500 left, only 100 left, only 50, whatever. So yeah. That would be good
Okay.
in advance.
I will I'll organize something in GitHub around this where we can like create issues, you know, for each of these pieces of content, or like, you know, a set of these types of content, and just like, and then start working through them.
Cool, because I have actually like a notes doc with like notes on how to do a PFP launch, and I could put in some of the different content types from that, those notes I made. I just made that for myself because, you know, yeah, marketing's kind of my thing, so I can share what I've seen from the successful launches on there.
Awesome. And Almond, you're kind of owning a little bit this component, right? Based off that thread with that Griffith started.
Well, I
No,
believe.
I have it mixed up with the public nouns.
Yeah, you're right. Santi's owning this, but as Santi's not in these meetings, I just like I'm sure I'm spreading the message for him.
Okay. I think we can work collaboratively through an epic, and then yeah, I'll make sure to tag you guys, and that's great. Let's start organizing this. So cool.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, like, if we're gonna be wanting to do anything like video or like animation or stuff like this, those things take like really a lot of time. So if it's like, okay, we want to make like this like art video around the NFT drop, blah blah blah, there is somebody that we use to make our Give economy announcement video, who's like an external contractor, and like in order to kind of like get that done, it would require somebody maybe like Almond or Tropical Mango to then like make a proposal to the DAO requesting the funds to fund this person to make an animated video for us, and blah blah blah. Just, you know, like we don't really have like a animator, video creator, like design resource team, although we do our best. Like Ahmad does a great job, but if we want to do anything kind of like crazy animations, it's something we need to get done quite in advance. And with just like less than 2 months until it's supposed to be launched, I think that should get started now.
Yeah,
Or
Lauren,
we have
question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, do you think that Santi and the artists that got involved into the creation of the collection could make these materials?
I don't know. I don't think that Santi's much of a video editor, but maybe. I don't think so though. And yeah, I think it would require some coordination with somebody who like has that skill.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, it's good to know that because I'm thinking like also quite simplistic. It's just matching images, like taking the collection and flashing the images, and then but you do have to match up the music with it, and you do have to have like an open and close. Like you do have to know a little bit what you're doing. So yeah, I think it would be like amazing. I think like I think it's worth the investment and all of that. But you're right in terms of planning out timing to get it actually done. It's good we talk about it now, and yeah. I want to respect everyone's time on this call. So just like close off that topic and say like, I'll get some stuff organized in GitHub, and then we'll, yeah, I think we can start getting all the stuff together for that. So I think that's it. So we didn't quite get to the analytics topic, but yeah, that's also a topic on my mind. Actually, just in general, like what should we be tracking is still, I think, something that it's good to have everyone's feedback on. Really quick, Ahmad, as we're like closing the call, is this something that you'd want to set up a separate call for, or is this just an FYI for now? Where's the best avenue to like talk about this if people want to know more? Just to DM you?
Yeah, I guess for now, DM me. I mean, if there's enough demand for it, maybe we can make a separate call. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but for now, what I set up, basically, we can track the donor flow at the moment. So we can know how many people were at each of the stages. So yeah, so that's currently set up, but it's just about, how do we use that data? And then if there's anything else, anyone else would like to add.
Okay, well, it's here in the agenda. Thanks. And I will close off this meeting for today. And I think we got through everything, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm here if you need anything. Thanks for your time. Hope you have a good day. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.